My name is Susan Bishop. My pronouns are she, her, and today I'm wearing a green sweater on top of a white turtleneck, and I'm wearing rust-colored pants. Welcome to First Unitarian Church, where our mission is to explore the eternal, nurture community, and pursue the common good. We welcome you in your brokenness and in your wholeness. No matter who you have been, who you are, or who you are becoming, we greet you today with love. I'd like to extend a special welcome to everyone who is watching us on YouTube this morning. During the prelude, please introduce yourself in the comments and let us know where you're calling from, or where you're joining us from. If you're in Oklahoma City, let us know what neighborhood you're in, or if you're elsewhere, what city. And just a reminder that if you brought your animal companion with you today, please ensure that you hold them in your lap or keep them on a short leash at your feet throughout the service until it's time for the blessing. If you need to take them outside, there are poop bags and trash cans right in front of the sanctuary steps. And on that note, the prelude will prepare us for worship. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Good morning. My name is Tim Atkins, and I'm your Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration. I'm wearing a purple gingham shirt, rainbow glasses. I'm both big and tall, and I'm joined by Teddy the cat, who's wearing a gray and white fur coat. Yes, he is. During Native American Heritage Month, we remember that we are on land that was home to First Americans, including the Apache, Caddo, and Wichita, a land that was taken from the Muskogee and Seminole and other removed and relocated peoples. We recognize and celebrate the heritage, history, resilience, and diversity of Native Americans in this community and in the world. We light the chalice as a symbol of our sacred time together. The burning chalice represents the light of reason and science, the warmth of loving community, the cleansing heat of justice, and the flame of hope.
Again, welcome. I'm Reverend Diana Davies, and my pronouns are she, her. And for those who are joining us who are blind or visually impaired, I am a white woman in my 50s, and today I am wearing my favorite animal stole. Our opening words for our Animal Blessing Sunday were written by Ian Riddell. Come hoof and trunk and tail and horn, and paw and wing and claw. Come bird and reptile, mammal born, all full of nature's law. Bring bark and crow and ribbit too, and silent stare and hiss. Bring purr and trill and warble too, and voice no ear can miss. We gather here, each life and all, to celebrate and sing, to honor creatures large and small. 'Tis holiness we bring. Please rise in body or in spirit for our opening hymn in the gray hardbound hymnal. It's number 38, Morning Has Broken. Seated, or I should say, sit.
Dear Theodore the cat, known to us by many names, but most commonly Teddy, I'm writing this letter to tell you thanks. Thanks for all the joy and wonder you've brought into my life. We've been together for, 2.5 years or so. I adopted you from a cat rescue set up in a PetSmart as a kitten when I bought my new house. I figured with a bigger space, I could finally have a second cat to keep Dorothea company. Thank you for breathing new life into Dorothea, your much older cat housemate. Yes, she regularly beats you up, and you try to run over her like a bulldozer. She would never admit it, but she really does like chasing you around the house and watching you collapse into prone position with your belly raised. She may not accept you being too close to her or touching her, but I mean, she barely accepts me doing that. So really, you're not doing too bad. You came into my life as a tiny 6-month-old kitten, and now you're the size of Montana, my big, sweet, chunky cuddle buddy. Thank you for the shoulder cuddles. When you were a kitten, you loved sitting on my shoulder when I was laying down. And now that you're no longer a kitten, it's still your favorite spot. You just take up my entire torso. It's like a fuzzy weighted blanket. And it's a nice bedtime routine that brings me comfort after a long day. And thanks for the occasional bruise from when you put your entire body weight on your front 2 paws directly on my collarbone. Thank you for your constant presence on Zoom calls and phone calls. More than one person in this room has met you before on a Zoom call. During the pandemic, you were quite popular and brought joy into a lot of people's lives, not just my own. Thank you for mostly sitting calmly in the designated cat chair next to my main desk chair, aside from the occasional head bump and cuddle demand. Thank you for trying to smother me whenever I make a phone call. Whenever you hear my voice, you seem to think I must be talking about you and hop into the room, and I love it. And then you try to jump up to your favorite shoulder spot and nuzzle the phone, inadvertently suffocating me with your fluffiness. That can sometimes be challenging on a phone call. Yes, it can. Thank you for always running to the ice dispenser on my way out the door. You've learned one of the last things I do before I leave the house is top off my Diet Coke, and I use the crushed icer thing on my fridge. You always like me making some crushed ice fall right onto your head, and then batting the ice chunks around the kitchen. Somehow you can tell if I'm on my way out the door or if I'm doing just a regular top off. Maybe it's the combination of my backpack with the Diet Coke, I'm still not sure, but whatever the cause, it's a nice treat for my goodbye. It makes me smile every time I leave. And it makes me miss you throughout the day. Likely your reason for doing it, you sneaky little bugger. And thank you for not being able to quite reach the ice maker yourself. It is just a matter of inches. Thank you for guarding me against all the birds and squirrels on the other side of the window. I know they keep outside because of you and not because of the solid pane of glass. The way you chatter at the birds out the window makes me smile every time. Good job, buddy. Thank you for your pest control efforts, although I know you prefer trapping the moths and letting them fly again rather than actually killing them. Thank you for the company you give. You're always happy to see me and happy to hear my voice. I was about to say thank you for the unconditional love, but you're a cat. So thank you for tolerating me so much and allowing me to serve you. Thank you. Thank you for the love, and thank you for being a recipient of my love. And most of all, thank you for being a friend. We traveled down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, I'd be very confused because you're a cat. Thanks again and all my love, and I'll give you some treats when we sit back down. Tim. Mwah. Thank you. Someone likes the attention. Yes, you should.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Doug Vincent. I don't think this is working. Okay. Good morning. My name is Doug Vincent. I'm a member of the church board. My pronouns are he and him. I'm a white male wearing a blue shirt with yellow tie. And I'm here for our call to offering. Every Sunday we take an offering. Since 2002, all the cash and designated checks from that offering have gone directly to external nonprofit organizations doing good work, our Change for Change partners. For the month of November, our Change for Change partner is VOICE, OKC. VOICE, which stands for Voices Organized in Civic Engagement, is a coalition of dues-paying congregations, nonprofits, worker associations, and schools that have come together out of a deep sense of mission and concern about the pressures families face in the Oklahoma City metropolitan area. They work to better understand those pressures by listening to the experiences of the people in member institutions. They then engage those impacted in better understanding the issues and learning to work effectively for improvements that benefit all. First Unitarian is proud to be a long-term founding active member of VOICE. For those of you who are in the sanctuary with us today, in just a moment, we'll be passing the offering plate. We know that many of you prefer to mail in a check or make your donations to Change for Change online. You can always make your gift by mailing a check to First Unitarian. Just write Change for Change on the memo line, or make an online payment through our website, oneuc.org.
Well, sadly, I wasn't able to bring my 2 dogs with me today, but we'll watch it together on YouTube later. This is a thank you note to 2 greyhounds, Bran and Rua. Bran, there was a time when you were sleek black as a raven, which was why we named you Bran, which is Welsh for raven, and also because we lived in Baltimore and rooted for the team. As you've gotten old, your face has become more expressive, eyes and muzzle highlighted in silver, all the better to beg with. Your big brown eyes, so sad. It's a shame your humans never feed you. Never mind that Chewy's box on the front porch, so heavy I heard the delivery guy curse. You have changed so much since the day we met you, fresh from a Florida racetrack, your backside ripped from steroids, jumpy from the cocaine. Yes, they gave you cocaine to make you run fast. In the footage we found of the only race you were ever in, we saw that you were too smart and refused to run. There are all of these other dogs running fast as a flash, and then way back, there's my guy, just barely making it out of the gate. And I am so proud. You carried the trauma of those times with you. You were terrified of the sound of metal. Any clacking or clinking sound made you flinch. But with time, you realized you were safe with us. Thank you for letting us know you felt safe with us. Thank you for showing us what love can do. Not that there aren't still scars, like the way you watch your sister eat all your food, and then 15 minutes later, you give her hell about it. As though it took you all that time to realize you'd been wronged and to work up getting angry. I think in your last life you were a Midwesterner. Thank you, Bran, for showing me that you're never too old to develop an opinion. Like the way you've decided that voicemail is evil, and you'll start barking wildly whenever you hear, however you hear it, the sound of a beep. As your humans try to leave a message for someone who's left wondering, who is this dog leaving me voicemails? And why is he so angry? Is it because someone ate all his food? And speaking of food, Rua. Dear Rua, Irish for redhead, you are Oklahoma girl. You are girl raised in the fresh air, raised to catch coyotes, who instead is a catcher of squirrels and a vigilant guard against the insidious threat of hot air balloons. Thank you for pointing out to me that the moon also looks a little bit like a balloon and is therefore also suspicious and worth keeping an eye on, just in case. Especially when it shows up in the daytime, which is questionable to say the least. Thank you for breathing joy in your panting after a full-out run, as you dive into the daylilies like a player sliding into home. Thank you for drooling joy from the side of your mouth where your tongue lolls out, unhampered by pesky teeth, since you have so few of those anymore. Thank you for eating joy, for wagging joy, for dreaming joy. You who makes roaching into an art form worthy of Rodin. For your gap-toothed innocent grin, innocent, of course, being a clever disguise for the stealthy marker of beds and stealer of treats and eater of one's own brother's food, provoking cries of injustice, but only much later. Thank you, dear long-nosed, long-legged, skinny ones, so regal in your silliness, so graceful, so flatulent, so simply you, so simply now, so simply loved. Thank you.
I often wonder what my feline family is thinking at any given moment. If you own a pet, and if you're at all like I am, you might have wondered the same thing. There are meanings behind half-closed eyes of a cat, the wagging tail of a dog. I admit to attaching emotions to their behaviors, like when I want to sleep past 6 a.m., and Dusty, my eldest cat, has other ideas. He's patient most mornings, but eventually he begins yelling, "Mom, Mom," in my ear to let me know he's serious about me getting out of bed. It's been my experience, both as a pet owner and a pet sitter, that all animals have their own idea of how a house is supposed to be managed. As long as we humans understand that they're the ones who are in charge, then all shall be well. If you don't believe me, try changing the location of a litter box or a food bowl. It seems all animals have their special routines, whether they be domesticated or not. Each afternoon, wild turkeys gather in my front yard. The toms love to strut and fan their feathers, while the hens prefer pecking for food. They've got the right idea. Among them is a lone albino hen that I do have a picture of. I feel quite privileged living where I do in Northwest Edmond. I live on 2.5 acres, and the deer gather each evening for their lodge meetings. I provide the corn snacks. Squirrels and birds abound, as well as various hawks and owls. Both my brother and I have witnessed fox and a lone cougar cross the yard. Coyote pups born in the spring howl for their mamas, and we know they are hidden deep in the woods southwest of us. My breath catches because I am witness to the beauty of nature right outside my door. I have fond memories of every one of the animals who have agreed to be cared for by me, whether or not they were mine. I am a big believer that cats select their caretakers, not the other way around. Dogs are easier to please as long as they are well loved and well fed. But still, I often wonder what they think of us as we move through our lives. My wife and I weren't certain about taking our dogs on our boat. It was an early June, very hot weekend, and off we went to the lake. The dogs, Lucy, a black lab who had finally gotten over her fear of water. I think I had the only black lab in the world that had a fear of water. She'd finally learned that it was okay, and Sophie, she was a Sheltie, she was her constant companion. After a bit of coaxing, the dogs came on the pontoon boat with us, and off we went. Well, I made the mistake of diving off the bow, and Lucy followed me into the water, much to my surprise and sudden anxiety, because how was I going to get a 40-pound dog back onto the pontoon boat? That was the day I taught her how to climb the ladder. And no one can convince me that an old dog cannot learn new tricks, because I know they can. Unfortunately, Sophie never really learned how to climb, so we managed to get her back inside and on the boat using the straps of her life jacket. From then on, the four of us were a fixture on Lake Eufaula. I am very thankful for many things. Perhaps one that is closest to my heart is the love that I have for the many animals that I have been privileged to care for over the years, and more than 70 years. Horses, donkeys, turtles, guinea pigs, tropical fish and birds, a wolf, and of course, the hundreds of cats and dogs. I am blessed to have animals in my life, in my home, in my trees, and in my yard. The gifts they bring enrich my life, and I look forward to the next time my breath catches.
This is the time for the blessing of the animals. You will see that there are 3 stations, one right there, one right in front here, and one in the back. And Tim and Susan and I will each be located at one of those. In a moment, Stephen will play some music, and whether you brought an animal friend, a picture or memento of a companion who has passed away or simply can't be with us today, or a beloved stuffed animal, all are invited to be blessed today. So I invite you to go to the station that is closest and most convenient to you, and we'll have plenty of time, so there's no need to rush to get in line. Please avoid clustering with your animal companions and leave everyone plenty of space. And as soon as you've received your blessing, please go directly back to your seat. If you can, see if you can go up the center and back around the sides. The water with which we will do our blessings today includes a portion that was gathered during our water ceremony at our ingathering at the beginning of the year to represent the way that our beloved animals are also a part of our community.
Teddy, come on up, buddy. Thank you. You can get if you yours. Go get your Pets Plus from Dan.
Okay. You want to bless one? For my son. No, I don't have to. There are so many things you see.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Dear ones, in the midst of so much joy, I must lift up a sad note. You might have noticed that our memorial candle is lit this morning, and it is lit for John Yarbrough, who passed away early this morning. His whole family was with him, Carmen, Pam, their brother, their kids. So he was surrounded in love. But our hearts today go out to the Yarbrough family, and to Pam and to Carmen, all who are grieving today. Would you please join me in a spirit of prayer or meditation? Spirit of life, source of love, energy that flows through all beings. Today, our hearts are with the family of John Yarbrough. We are grateful that he was in the embrace of his family and is now at peace. But our hearts are with those who love him so much and whose hearts are broken today. May they know the peace of a broken heart that opens itself for more space, for more love. May they know the comfort of family and friends. We also remember our dear Ingrid Young, who is at home with her family, including our beloved Robert Ham, her husband. We wish her well, and for the whole family, peace and strength. For all those who are struggling with illness, especially at this time of year, we pray for peace and strength and well-being. We open our hearts today to our larger circle of life and of love, the many animals that grace our lives through their simple presence, their simple being. We pray that all of them here with us today and those who are still at home are happy and safe and well. For those animals that have passed through our lives, may their spirits know rest. May we never stop offering gratitude for the joy they've brought to us. Today, we also remember the unnamed ones, the wild ones, the deer, the fox, the birds, the butterflies, even the insects and the creatures that we may not like so well, but that have an important part to play in this world. For all of them, we are so grateful. May they also be safe. May they be happy. May they know peace. And for the dear beings who suffer, the factory farmed animals, the lab animals, the strays, May they know somehow that they too are precious. They too are children of the universe. May all beings everywhere be safe and happy and well. May it be so. Amen. Please rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn. It's in the gray hardbound hymnal, number 324, Where My Free Spirit Onward Leads.
Where my free spirit onward leads, where there shall be my way. By my own light illumined, I've journeyed night and day. My angel time-warmed cloak I wear, as once I wore my youth. I celebrate life's mystery. I celebrate death's truth. My family is not confined to mother, mate, and child, but it includes all creatures, be they tame or be they wild. My family upon this earth includes all living things, on land or in the ocean deep, or borne aloft on wings. The ever-speeding universe, where there shall be my hope. I sing and spin within it, as through this life I roam. Eternity is hard to ken, and harder still is this. A human life, when truly seen, is briefer than a kiss.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of love and community which burns on in our hearts.
After our service today, all are invited to join us in Daniel Hall for coffee and conversation. If this is your first time with us, to find Daniel Hall, just go through these doors, go down the hallway, and it's right on your right. I have a few announcements as well. Next Sunday is our Hanging of the Green service. It is a fun, joyous event. The kids and youth will stay in the service for the whole time. This is the one where half of us sing carols and the other half go and decorate the sanctuary and make ornaments, and then we all gather for a party afterwards to finish decorating the tree. On December 10th, at 4 o'clock, we'll have our winter concert, which will feature our bell choir, our choir, individuals from the congregation, and again, some of Ibuka's wonderful professional musical friends. If you would like to perform a piece during that service, that would be great. Just let Ibuka or me know today, please. And finally, there still is space for our Grief During the Holidays group, which will also begin next Sunday at 1 o'clock. It will be 3 meetings on the 3rd, the 10th, and the 17th. This is a wonderful opportunity for anyone who is grappling with difficult feelings for whatever reason during the holidays to be together in fellowship and support. So please see me if you have any questions about that. And now I leave you with these words of blessing written by Unitarian Universalist minister and animal advocate, Reverend Gary Kowalski. Blessed are the faithful, for they shall be called dogs. Blessed are the playful, for they shall be surrounded with love and laughter. Blessed are those without worry, for through them we shall know peace. Blessed are those with no possessions, for they shall be rich in spiritual things. Blessed are the innocent, for theirs is the realm of heaven. Blessed are the animals, and blessed are we. May it be so.